Hey guys, Steve here, singledadfitdad.com. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video, appreciate it. Today I'm going to talk about the 10 biggest mistakes you can make in the gym. And when I say gym, I don't mean necessarily you have to be in a box gym. It could be a workout at home or anything like that. So I'm just using gym as kind of a general term. I also didn't include the obvious, which probably comes to mind first, which is form. We've all seen really horrible form in the gym, especially when dudes are trying to lift heavy weights. So that's kind of a given in this. So the first thing that I want to talk about, and this is coming from my personal experience, as a trainer, but also being in a gym for many, many years. So first thing that came to mind was using the same weights and the same reps over and over and over and over again. So a lot of people kind of get fixated on, oh, I have to do 6 reps for power, I have to do 10 reps for strength, and if I do 15 reps, then it's going to be more endurance, and there's some truth to that, but people get really fixated on, I have to do 3 sets of 10, I have to do 3 sets of 10, and so what happens is they choose their exercises and it's always 3 sets of 10. And that's kind of limiting because your body is going to adapt to that and become stronger, and if you don't increase the weight or the reps or a combination of other things, then you're not going to progress. So that's got to be something that you keep in mind. Lifting with your ego is a huge one. So I see it all the time. I belong to a Gold's Gym, which is notorious for having meatheads there, and my gym is no different. I'm kind of in a small town, but there's plenty of meatheads to go around there, and I see it. I actually saw it today. I was at the gym earlier, and I saw this guy, obviously very self-aware, loved to stare at himself in the mirror, flexing and all that stuff, and I watched him, and he sat on the bench press, of course, with probably close to 300 pounds of weight on it, and this big old weightlifting belt, and he proceeded to grunt and groan, arch his back completely in horrible form, trying to push up the weight. And as soon as he did that, I saw him run over to his little journal and write down, oh, I got 2 reps of 285 pounds or whatever he wrote down, which, to be honest, what does that mean? Who gives a shit if you are able to lift 285 pounds once or twice? What does that really do? Unless you're competing, why? It just doesn't make any sense to me. So it's just about ego. I actually saw a guy a couple months ago, he lifted a ton of weight, and he literally walked around the gym high-fiving people because he did that. Like, he felt like he was some kind of superstar. And it was just nothing more than bravado and ego, and that's a great way to injure yourself. So don't deal with that. Don't even think about that. Not warming up or cooling down, huge. I rarely see somebody warming up or cooling down, especially cooling down. A warm-up is not spending 5 minutes on the treadmill walking, shaking out your body, a couple of these here, and then you're ready to go to the bench press, which I've seen that happen constantly, and oftentimes not even that. More it's walking in the front door, right over to the bench press, and right at it. Okay, great way to injure yourself. Really important to do a dynamic warm-up, which is actually a moving warm-up where you're getting the blood flowing through your entire muscular system, your heart rate's up, and you're getting ready for actual exercise. It's not a few light stretches. It's jumps, squats, you're doing push-ups, lunges, there's a ton of different dynamic warm-up exercises, which I can go over in a different video. But a cool down as well is very important. A lot of people will finish their workout and just beeline for the door. They're out of there, they're done. Take a few minutes, do some light stretching. It's really going to help with recovery and reducing the chance that you're going to end up pulling something or becoming injured. So very important. No variation in the exercise selection. I hate to beat a dead horse here, and I talked about this in a different video, but doing the same exercises over and over, and I see it constantly, and it actually drives me crazy because it's constantly the same 5 or 6 exercises, you know, and it's all the power exercises that, you know, they think they should be doing to get big and bulky and strong and manly, and it's ridiculous. So, you know, do some research, you know, find some new exercises. You know, your body needs a change. It needs to work those stabilizing muscles, not just the big muscle groups when you're pressing or you're just doing heavy squats or deadlifts. So pay attention to that. Skipping your legs, another problem. Again, this kind of relates to the ego issue. Most guys that lift with their ego don't care about their legs, and most of the time they'll just wear pants. But in the off chance that they wear shorts to the gym, typically what you see is chicken legs. And, you know, I can't stress enough the importance of really good compound lower body exercises like a good clean squat, a deep squat, a front squat, a deadlift, things like that. And they're not just going to make your legs bigger. I mean, it's really a mass building exercise like a squat, for example, or a back squat with the bar here on your back and a nice clean squat. It's really going to help you increase your overall body composition and help you add mass through your entire body. So not to be overlooked. Not incorporating HIIT training, high intensity interval training. You don't have to go crazy with it, but I would definitely suggest incorporating a couple of days a week at least into your program, whatever you're doing. Spend a couple days, 15-20 minutes at the most is all you need. High intensity, short rest, get your heart rate way up there. And the beauty of this and the benefit of that is afterwards, you know, your metabolism is a higher state for longer, so we're burning more calories at rest, and obviously we want to keep our metabolism as high as we can. Not including cardio at all, which again, a lot of guys will do that. They think that they're going to lose their much needed muscle tissue by doing cardio, which is not necessarily true. And it's just good for you. I mean, health-wise, it's good for your heart. I know, do you want to live longer? Of course. Do you want to feel better, have more energy? Of course. You know, you can make it interesting. Typically cardio, people think of, oh, I've got to walk on a treadmill for an hour, you know, watching a television show, The Price is Right is on, it's fucking boring. And typically, I mean, that is boring. Make it interesting. Find something to do. Run on a treadmill. Go outside. Run on an incline on the treadmill. Go outside. Run some hills. You know, use the rowing machine. It's a challenge. You know, get on a Jacob's ladder, which is a really cool piece of machinery that really is a great cardiovascular exercise. So mix it up. You don't have to do the typical boring cardio type stuff. No plan at all, which you know, happens quite a bit. A lot of people walk into the gym and kind of do what they feel like doing, which is almost always chest and shoulders and probably some biceps in there. Rarely do people think about, yeah, I want to do my glutes and my hips today. I think I'll do my hamstrings and my obliques. No, it's typically, you know, the show muscles. So just wandering around the gym is not the best way to go about your workout. Have a plan for it. Know what you're going to do in advance. Write it down. I don't care. And just know what you're going to do. Using workout of the day, which basically means 10 minutes before you go to the gym, you're on YouTube looking up either CrossFit workouts, you know, Googling strength training. You end up on, you know, menshealth.com or some bullshit like that, where it's all the same regurgitated cookie cutter type exercises, and that's what you do. And again, not an effective exercise program. You got to do what's right for your body type, and your goals. Lastly, it's isolating, just meaning, you know, in my opinion, don't waste your time on isolation exercises. So yes, we all want big biceps, sure. Big triceps, yes, they look great. But doing countless sets of you know, tricep extensions on the cable machine or bicep curls, not nearly as effective for those parts as let's call it a dip, right? So instead of doing your push downs with a rope, do some dips on a bar. Okay, so that way you get, you know, more muscles. You're getting chest, you're getting shoulder, you're getting tricep. Instead of doing your bicep curls, do some pull-ups, some chin-ups. Okay, turn that grip around this way, and as you pull yourself up, you're going to get a lot of bicep, but you're also going to get a lot of other more important muscle groups, right? So you're going to be building that broad back and those shoulders, and you're going to get more of that V cut by doing exercises like that, and they're just so much more effective. Obviously if you can't do a pull-up, and a lot of people can't, use a band, use a machine, and assisted, they call it a gravitron machine, something like that, or use a band, or do negatives to start with, hang from the top and come down. But anyway, if you have any specific questions about any of these, I'll be happy to talk to you about it. Just shoot me an email, steve@singledadfitdad.com. Thanks so much.